Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz to the channel. We are bringing it home today with the best Blitz replays, and this is another tier 10 package. We've got a T57 Heavy driven by Raseineiai. We are going to look at Metal Potato in the E50M at Dynasty's Pearl. And we're going to finish up with that Hall of Fame game from Ich Mag Siegen in the IS4 at Mainz. And that one has featured on a few channels before, notably Mizi's one. And I got that replay, well, basically the same time as Mizi did, was trying to get ready to upload it on the channel, but Mizi beat me to it. And I was thinking, am I going to feature it or not? I decided to feature it anyway, because people have sent it to me. Well, I like the variation in content. And I even think that if you're watching the same battle from the same player with different comments, you might learn some different things. So yeah, that's why I've included it. The reason I'm also talking now is because in the first minute of this game that Raseineiai is going to do nothing really exciting is happening. You can see that Reds are pushing the west and southern flank in force. Count the dots on the minimap and you will count them up towards 7, which means the entire red team is over there. And one of the greens is already down, the T62A, and Raseineiai is able to bounce on the WZ-120 and then penetrate the second shot on the WZ-120 and then miss the third shot. So he's got them all basically. He's got all options which you can do with a 3-shot magazine. You can bounce, you can penetrate, you can miss. He did them all 3, so thumbs up for that. Righty, 424 damage down, 340 blocked. One of his teammates is already down and the Reds are pushing in force. But he's got an autoloader and that's going to play a really big thing in this game later on. Because he is going to use that, well, to perfection, slightly helped by Reds not being too brilliant in terms of driving around. There are 2 tanks down. Oh, hello, Yak Tiger, we can shoot you once. Can I shoot another tank? Not available at the moment, so we're gonna just shoot this E75. There we go. And can we then get a shot on the Leopard? No. Right. We'll sit behind the house then, and we'll reload. And it's a bit unfortunate that his team decided to not support him on the flank, but stay in the spawn basically and just play the waiting game, which is good in a way, but it's not too good if you are in positions that are easily rushed. And yes, greens are in positions that are easily rushed. Raseineiai is driving around a lot, and he's very sensibly waiting for the Kampfpanzer 70 to come out, and he just sneaks a shot past his friendly IS-8, and then this was going to go in on, I think, the Leopard. No, HE, yes, still HE, 2 on, I was going to say this is a 2 on 5, but it is now a 1 on 5. And the T62A replies, noobs. Yeah, well, you could argue in a way that his team was not performing the best. They could have done so much better. But you could say the same for the Reds. So witness this. That's a WZ-120. Look at the hit points. This is a 3-shot autoloading tier 10 heavy at 400 alpha per shot. There we go. That's 1 tank down. Poke out. Oh, there's another tank coming in. Hello, WZ-120. I'm going to shoot you once. You're going to miss. And then you just go forward. Was he thinking to go past Raseineiai or whatever? And yes, hello, the Yak Tiger is already saying, he's already sensing what is happening. We're going to lose this game, for sure. He's already figured out what is going to happen, because he can obviously see his teammates, and this FE bounces on the tracks of Raseineiai, which is lucky. But hey, fortune favors the brave, and without luck nobody fares well. So he can go in and clear this thing. Oh, no, that's an E75. But luckily he's a 2-shot kill, so 1 shot in, the next shot in, and we've got 1 left in the clip. I mean, the stars are completely lining up. Bye bye, FE. Ooh, this is getting close actually. He was full health. I was saying this is a cakewalk. This is just a walk in the park, but well, not so much. Right, let me just reload then. And this Leopard is a bit scared. He's at 115 and he's a 1-shot obviously. And he's thinking, This guy's an autoloader. He's got several shots in a magazine. He could probably shoot me and then... Oh, yeah. Well, Parasite can afford to miss because he's out reloading this Leopard and clears him for 7 kills. Bit of a, well, lousy maybe Raseineiai. 3.7k damage, nearly 3.8. Not even a mastery, it is a first class, as you can see here. Top Gun Raseineiai, Kolobanov. And there will be people who argue, maybe say thumbs down, well, he was waiting for his team and he did not play it well, etc, etc. It worked out in the end. It is a win, so thank you very much, mate, for allowing me to use this on the channel. And I think this is a prime example of how to play an autoloader and how to not play against an autoloader. if you know what I'm hinting at. Anyways. Metal Potato in E50M. He is going to show us some top-notch prioritizing targets, map awareness, and just picking the right tanks to engage at a certain time. And E100 says, Mr. Pasha, sorry, new tank. Well, that's not too bad. Metal Potato has a new tank as well. Luckily, you both a tier 10 tank, so you don't have a lot of modules to upgrade. I wasn't quite sure if Mr. Pasha already had the big gun on the E100, but let's see. In Metal Potato, he's the sole medium on the team, and basically he only has to worry at the moment about the Badget, and the Badget is somewhere around over here. Oh, there's another, there's another new tank. Oh, hello Badget, yeah, there you are. Right, good. I wouldn't have shot if I were that Badget, but well, I guess he got a bit greedy. And Metal Potato, you can see what he's doing. He's been counting. There is a batch shed. There's 1 heavy tank spotted, and we've got 3 tank destroyers left. There's 3 tanks spotted in the town. The batch shed is still here. The batch shed is not engaging. He's not spotting anybody. 9 out of 10 times you can then deduct from what is happening on the mini-up and how reds are moving around. You can deduct that the batch shed is alone. The Badger is completely alone, and the M103 says, what the fuck do you? Why are you all in here? Why are you not helping me? Well, you completely isolated yourself, and the rest just pushed in aggressively. And well, talking about pushing. Boom! Right up against the wall with the Badger. Just kill him, right. Metal Potato also realizes that the Waffle is moving out in front of him, so he is going to try to get some shots in on the Jagd Tiger. Yeah, buzzes him on the front blade. And he spotted, I think, as well, knocks down the tree. And he realizes already, again counting, 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Reds were pushing down. The other tanks are not in the middle, not around cap. It's not rocket science. They are pushing the flank. They are moving into your spawn and going around. How did the ST1 pan that shot? Jeez. Right, and then Metal Potato is going to penetrate the shot as well. I think right underneath the gun of the Object 268. And again, God, you have a laser accurate German laser beam gun that hits everything you point at. And the STR1 does manage to, well, get a few shots in onto Metal Potato. What I mentioned about map awareness and focusing, take a look at this. He wants to roll in at speed, then gets tracked. He realizes, right, I should not push in on this ST because he's backing up around the corner. First clear the IS-7, turn around, park up against the wall, side scrape, 1 shot out, there we go, track, no, the ST1 misses, track the ST1 in place, the WZ113 is coming around, but he bumped into the same wall, so that's a bit less helpful than you would have wanted to. But the STI, you can see they have managed to roll around him. This is what I've mentioned in one of the top tip videos as well. If you would sit in the same position, if you would sit behind your teammate, then you can't create a crossfire. And if you are not creating a crossfire, it's far easier for Reds to be able to defend against that. But this is looking precarious now, especially since Mr. Pasha and his new E100 is also dead. I hope he has his warranty still left. And might go into the repair. Oh, yeah, Tiger did not drop on top of Metal Potato. I think that would hurt. But still, look at their hit points. 549 on Metal Potato. I think the WZ113 is also a one-shot, and they've got 3... Well, 1 healthy Jagd Tiger. A not so healthy Waffle, a less healthy Jagd Tiger now, and a not so healthy Chieftain anymore. But it is a 3-on-2. So what do you do then? Well, you can then do nothing, as Mr. Pasha says. Just don't die. Wait for Reds to make mistakes. Oh, lovely shot. That's a great one. Oh, hello, Chieftain. You're trying to use gun depression, aren't you? Well, didn't work. I'm still here. I can shoot over my back and then kill you. And then you can shoot the waffle for 7 kills. GG! Nearly 5k damage, or nearly well above 5k damage. Didn't look on the ribbon counter, it showed on the other counter. 5,548 damage dealt by Metal Potato in the E50M. Shout out to the WZ113, he played a really good game, was instrumental in making it possible to win the end game. So yes, thank you very much for allowing me to use this replay on the channel. And there we have it then, that monster game from Ich Mag Ziegen. I shall win! I shall be victorious! Well, Melissa the Beastdog is also on the team, and Unit 366 in the IF8. And if you're on mines, there's usually one place to go. The hill. The hill means map control. And if you have map control, then you can dictate what is going to happen. And Greece have got only one medium, this T54. There's another medium spotted, that is the Centurion, I think. And you can see that Ich Mag Ziegen, he's already going to this position, can create just enough gun depression to shoot over the ridge. Oh, I wouldn't do that, Centurion. I would not do that. He is really brave, but by the time he is out of cover, he's gotten already 2 shots in the back, so nearly 800 damage dealt. Just easy shots. These 2 shots were easy. And again, you can see that Reds are pushing in, and that's leading the grill on the Greens to believe, right, Reds are pushing in. They are rolling in towards the town. I'll go into the, oh god, there's a Death Star over there. He shot me. What shall I do? I'll go forward, and you can see Ich Mag Ziegen, he's also thinking about it, and then I'm realizing, no, bad idea. No, I'm going to go back. I'm going to lose my teammate, I think. Let me just roll back. Yeah, teammate is down. Was to be expected. But an FV's got a long reel. There are no Reds on the hill at the moment. So what do you do then if you are in an IS4 and if you have created a new account like Ich Mag Ziegen did? Well, then you go on towards the hill. And you will try to counter the attack that Reds are inevitably going to do. They will push towards your spawn. Just, if they are in the town area, 99 out of 100, they will push into the spawn. They rarely, if ever, go back towards the hill entrance, which would be a good idea, especially if there are no, if there are tank destroyers in green spawn, and there are a lot. There aren't a lot of big guns left. There's basically what's that? There's a tank destroyer going towards the hill entrance. We've got the IS-8, but this, yeah, the waffle is down now. Bye bye waffle. There's not a lot you can do at the moment. It's just preserving hit points, staying on the hill, staying out of harm's way, because you just look at that. Look at the number of hit points that Reds still got left and the hit points on your teammates. That IS-8 is trying to do the best he can. And it's, well, he's, like I said, he's playing the best he can. He's shooting that E100, who is now a 2-shot kill for Ich Mag Ziegen. But he's also running low on his teammates. Gets a good shot in onto the Death Star. AP still bouncing. Can you bounce? Yeah, he bounces the shot. Wants to kill the Death Star. Ignores the IS-8 and boom, there we go. Kill number 2. And already he's racking up the damage. 4,272. And he goes past this IS-8. And you might start thinking, why would you want to go past a tier 9 heavy tank? Well, look at the gun. Look at the muzzle brake, that pepper pot, and at the end of this IS-8 gun. This is a stock IS-8, which is basically just an IS-3 with, I think, a slightly better engine and some more hit points at tier 10. He's got no chance in hell, not one, to reliably penetrate an IS-4 and live to tell the tale. I mean, there's too many hit points to go through and he's out of AP. No shells of this type left! You shot all your AP! So you should resort to heat now. Well, that's good. This is an E100, so you will want to shoot heat at him anyway. Right, down to 267. Oh, that was a good roll actually, 390. Down to 267 hit points, but the E100 is going to do a good thing here. He is going to proxy spot Ich mag Siegen, and he's going to do a dump thing as well, just in a few seconds. This is good. Proxy spot, he can't shoot. And this is what Ich mag Siegen was, well, waiting for. He wanted that T62 to go out of harm's way, then maybe get a shot in onto the E100. He does. Oh! He clears the E100, but at the expense of 722 hit points, then gets shot as well by the T62A, and there's an IS-8 at his back. This is not goody. Because he can get shot up in the butt by the IS-8, and the IS-8 just shot now, I think? Not quite sure. That is the Centurion in front of him. Oh, the Conqueror, sorry, it was a Conqueror, with a stock gun. And he's basically waiting here. Yeah, that's the shot he wanted. That's the shot he wanted to get. He knows now that the IS-8 is on a reload. Just make sure the T62 runs away, clear the Conqueror. Right, one less tank to worry about. And we're going to reverse sidetrip again. I'm in a good position here. Come on, T62. You know you want some. Come on, mate. And the T62 loses momentum because he bumps into the rock and he wants to circle. But the confines on this hill are just too small. And in that regard, it is still a replay well worth watching, or well worth showing. You can learn something from this, from the way he positioned himself, from the way he chose his targets, from the way he ignored some of the tanks that were no threat to him until they become a one-shot. And you can see he's shooting the heat constantly, but he's out of AP, so what are you going to do? Clear T62A, knocked down 8,344 damage, nearly 5k blocked. Another tank, 100% complete destruction, and then we just have to figure out where's that last remaining IS-8. And Ich mag Siegen is going to state that in battle. Where is he? Well, he's right over there, behind the building. Back on the heat, still angling, still keeps angling, bounces a shot, and there we go, clears him. And that IS-8 is very much a fully upgraded one. At least for the gun it is. So compared to Pepper Pot muzzle brake, not too dangerous. And thank you very much, Ich mag Siegen, for sending me this replay in. It's about 2 months ago since you played the game, but I still think it was a great one to watch. Nearly 2k base experience. Hats off. Great game. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, for watching this video. Please leave a like and a comment, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you all on the next video. Cheers and happy tanking!